Hey everybody, welcome to Paper Old New. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I wanted to share with you another pocket idea. This one's going to be a wraparound pocket or a sew-in pocket, depending on how you want to use it. I'm going to put it in my idea book as a wraparound pocket because it's an altered book. I can't sew it in. I suppose I could glue it in, but... So, jumping right in, this is going to be something you can use 12 by 12 paper for. If you want a taller pocket, you need longer paper, depending on the book you're using. And obviously, if you do not have a book that has 6-inch pages, because this happens to be scrapbook paper, you can always trim ends off, which I may do for some of these because I don't necessarily want my pockets to be the entire width of the page, because if my page is exactly 6 inches and this wraps around 6 inches, it's going to interfere with the closing. So the first thing I'm going to do, since we're using scrapbook paper, is I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off each end so that this is 5.5 inches instead. I just unburied these over here and I forgot where they were. I need this and I need this. Oh, you know what, guys? Hang on just a second. Okay, sorry about that so soon. I forgot. I dyed some paper today, and I had it outside, sitting in the sun in the heat, drying. Well, we're getting ready to have a storm, and I heard some thunder and stuff, and I was like, I better get up there before it rains, or it had been out there for a couple of hours, so all that drying would have been lost. So I had to run up there and make sure. My son, in his kindness, on his way out the door, had put the boxes inside. So, anyway, so basically you're going to fold up, you're going to get your paper. Now, this happens to be double-sided paper. This doesn't have to be double-sided paper. You can use any kind of paper for this. But when you fold this up, keep in mind, mine has writing on it. So I put the writing upside down, and then I flipped it over and I folded it so that this writing is right side up. Now, that means that the writing on the back of this, if you make this if you make part of this a flip out, or if you sew it in and these are pages, part of it's going to be upside down. So this one would be a good candidate to wrap around and glue down. Just my thoughts. Okay, now, having said that, we're going to fold this in half. And I have a whole stack of paper over here, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to do this much. We're going to do the folding, okay? So this is our folding. All right, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Now, I'm going to take this one. Some of them I might go ahead and trim down to 10 inches wide, which that one was a little wide for me, and I might actually take another, let me see, before we get started. This is still too wide. I don't like it. 5 is better. It's funny, I thought that was going to fold to 5.5, and I didn't cut enough off. I needed to cut off a whole inch instead of only 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'll hang on to those just in case. Okay, so I think 5 inches is better. So we're going to cut all of our paper down to 10 inches. I need my big ruler. I wonder if I could just stack it all on top. Make sure that I have it. Ooh. I'm going to cut 10 inches. I'm going to cut 2 inches off that side. This one I am folding. I like the moth, but it makes some of my map upside down. I don't know that I'm upset about that. But we're going to take the 10 inches off, the 2 inches off that side. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is basically what side am I taking the 2 inches off of. Okay, I think we're good on all of these. Now we're going to line this up, and this should be about 2 inches on all of them. Well, either way, I'm going to measure this so that I cut to the 10-inch mark, and however much that takes off of each page is however much that takes off of each page. Okay, so we're going to cut it right here. And I'm just going to try and get all of these done at once so we don't have to. Now, of course, these strips can be used in the decorating of these pockets or some other pockets or some other something. Okay, so now that we have all of our pages, let's do the folding. Numbers. Turn them this way, flip them over, fold them up. Again, this is one of those ones where unless you just really don't care whether or not your numbers are sorry, I was staring at that deciding whether or not I wanted to cut it off. Unless you just really don't care, this might be another one that you wrap around and glue in, because that side your numbers are all upside down. But like I said, up to you. All right, so we fold and then we fold in half. Okay. Okay, for this one, there is writing on this that is right side up. On this one, I don't know that I would care as much. I would use this one as a page. Black and white's pretty easy to decorate, and it's only 2 strips that are going to show writing upside down. So, I mean, you know. Now, if you wanted smaller ones, obviously you could probably do this with 8.5 by 11 or A4 paper. It's just going to make smaller pockets. You could also do it with large book pages. I don't know. Just as long as your page is kind of long and a little bit narrow. And of course, you would want to consider the size of the journal you're putting it in. I mean, you know, doing this with a 8.5 by 11 or an A4 piece of paper might give you a nice narrow pocket that you can use in something that you wouldn't necessarily, a full-size pocket wouldn't be good for. Some tall, narrow journal, a traveler's notebook, something like that. Okay. I also can't wait to try and glue these curly. See how curly they are? I can't wait to try and glue them. That's going to be a load of fun. Now, this is a map, but there are no words on it. So, whichever. It's coffee dyed, single-sided cardstock. So, I'm trying to decide. This is going to be a flap, in case you're wondering why it's taking me a second to fold this. So you want to fold it short. You're going to be folding this down as a flap, and you want to make sure you can get something in the pocket. Okay, let's fold this over, and then we're going to come back and do some clipping, some trimming, some shaping, some, yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll start with this one since this is the one I have in my hand. Basically what we're going to do is I'm going to go in on an angle, and actually, you know what? I'm going to fold out like this. And just so that my angle, I'm going to refold this pocket because for some reason when I turned it the other way, it's folding differently. Probably has to do with the fold of these pockets right here. Okay. All right. Just so that my angle is the same, I'm going to clip this like, I don't want to clip the pocket itself. I just want to clip off that piece. And then I'm going to take it over here and I'm going to clip it off here like we do a tag so that both sides of my flap are the same. Now, you don't have to do that part. If you don't care, then, because that's a little bit tedious. So basically what you have now is, depending on how you want to fold this, you've got a little envelope flap here and a little envelope flap here. And then this can be glued into your book. Now, if you sew it in, you can obviously sew it in either direction. That makes it so that it can fold. And then you can, or you can glue this in and you can glue it down as a pocket, an other pocket. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. I thought my son was home. He's not, so I'm probably going to have to pause you again when he gets home. Anyway, so that's how we're going to do this. So I'm going to take the rest of them. Let me bring them up here. We have a few to do. We're going to change the folds. I'm going to do all the clipping. Okay. So we'll clip all of our corners and our little V in the middle. Fix some of these folds if we have to. And then we'll go and glue them all shut. We'll see how far we are. And hopefully we can put some decorations on a few of these. I mean, I make no promises, guys. You know me and decorations. Of course, I always feel like when I decorate something, it has to be like this big, complicated, elaborate thing. And, you know, I'm learning it doesn't. Okay, so we just folded them so that they're this way. And now we can do all of the little V cuts. So I'm going to cut, and you can change it. It can be slight. It can be... Apparently I angled that so that it is supposed to take off the corner of that. I don't want to do that. Okay, and just to make our flaps even, we'll put this on here and clip that off. I think I hear thunder rumbling. And there we... Okay, so we have all of our pockets. This one we folded the flaps on. I'm going to unfold them because it'll make it easier to... Now, if you're wrapping this around, obviously you don't have to glue the middle. If you're sewing it in, you don't have to glue the middle. So either way you're doing this, the middle doesn't need to be glued. I would say the only time I would glue it is if I was going to only glue down one side and then use this as a flap. Because then I feel like there's the slight possibility that if you open it all the way up, stuff can migrate. And you probably have to decide whether or not you're going to do that ahead, because, or just to be safe, glue all your middles down. I mean, however you want to do it. I may glue all my middles down just to be safe. Let me find my glue mat. Okay. And let's go ahead and put down our glue lines. So I hope everybody is enjoying. Actually, I kind of hope that you guys are pulling out stuff and making your own pocketbook. Oh, I hear stomping. All right, I'm going to fold this one up and I'm going to pause you. And while I've got you paused, I may go ahead and glue them all together. So this is what I'm going to do. Up the side, up the middle, up the side. And then we're going to do this. Up the middle, up the side. And of course, this side is a bubble. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. My son finally came home and I was clearing out to, you know, give him some space down here. Their room is right here next to my craft area. So anyway, while I had the camera off, I went ahead and glued them all. So you didn't have to stand here and watch me glue pockets all the same way, because you know, whatever. I know. I'm like not speaking in sentences. I thought we would try and do some decorating on these. I'm grabbing a few boxes of random stuff to start. I also thought I would get some scraps. I think scraps might be fun on here just to make them collagey, and I've got wallpaper scraps and fabric scraps, and I had some bags of like torn up paper scraps, but I'm not sure where they wandered off to. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. We might use some of those. Let's just see what we've got here. Okay, maybe we can start with, I've got all kinds of wallpaper still in here that can be torn up and used on various things. I'm looking for something that strikes my fancy. And I say, oh, that would go really good on here. Because that happens all the time to me. You? I think I'm going to take some of these flowers and put them on here. Little thing of flowers right here. Might be kind of fun. And let's see, I see ooh, there we go. Let's do that. You can do that right across there like that so it folds over maybe. Maybe I should do it like this. So it folds over here, and then this is here. We need something. This is where it gets crazy weird. Or crazy difficult, or... actually no. Where's that? Okay. Oops. Fell right through the back. It's kind of funny. Alright. Ooh, I got a big green label here. I kind of like that, actually. I don't have any tulips. That would be kind of cool if I had some, but I don't. So, okay, well, it's kind of nice. We're doing scrappy. I'm feeling scrappy today. I'm actually really hoping that you guys like these. I like wraparound pockets. I like kind of like, I don't know, almost as if you're getting two pages done at once, if that makes sense. Which, I mean, and like I said, one of them can always be a flip out. I mean, because I did the thing where I glued, I don't want it to be, sorry, I don't want it to be under the flap. But I like the wraparound idea. But it gives you some continuity for some things, and I think that the options on either side of the page can be different. Like I said, you can glue one side down and leave the other side as a flip out. You can glue both sides down. You can sew it into a signature. These little fold up things like this, I feel like are very versatile, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you get kind of options, which I think is kind of neat. See if we can disguise some of my abysmal cutting, because it's abysmal, guys. Also, this is one of those flowers I forgot about. I should throw these out. I don't know what it was, but I guess I found out the hard way that for craft projects. Even though it's kind of cool that if you print something on a laser printer, you can coffee dye it. Inkjet printer works better for crafts because it, like the toner comes off of this cardstock. It just rubs off. So, yeah. I don't know what that's about, but. And then, okay, let's do. I wonder if I have something, not green. The whole thing is green. Probably not another label. Although you could stack labels. Wouldn't be so bad. I'm wondering if there's any like little tulips in here. I don't think there's tulips in this. There's orange though. I'd be able to do something like this. Or maybe like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay. When I'm doing this kind of stuff and I do little like torn pieces for the background and all that kind of stuff, I have a tendency to like to find ways to connect everything. I don't know why, but it's when I do this, it's what I have a tendency to, like I did here where I took this flower and I connected the wallpaper to the label. I have a tendency to do that. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I do it. I could do a label on this side because remember these are going to be on 2 different pages. So that'll fold around like that. This one will look like this. This one will look like this. These are cute. What about just something a little like that? Do we feel like this space is too big? Ooh, what if I put this one here? No, don't like that. All right, we're going to put this one here. I don't know what I'll do with the flaps. I feel like they need some attention. I'm just not sure. Okay. All right, call that one done for now. Oh, I do need to check edges. These edges look pretty good. I don't think I need to do any trimming. So we should be all right. And I don't think I can punch these corners because they're not right angles. So like I don't think I can round them. I would like to round them, but I can't. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do with this one. Let's see if either of these need trimming. Maybe a little bit on this side if I can find my scissors. No. Ah, scissors. I knew I had some. Okay. Okay, this side need it. Not so as you'd notice. So we might just leave that one alone. Okay. So we'll fold down the flap. Well, actually, you know what? Let's decorate and then we'll fold down the flaps. Let's look at fabric. What do we got here? What about a piece of this? Is that too, it's too big. That's what that is. Okay, so first of all, we're going to cut it. I'm going to cut it right here. I glued something to the back of it, and I may still, it's made it stiff. Okay, I'm going to have to cut it. With my dull paper cutting scissors. I don't actually separate scissors, guys. I know some of you are probably looking at me like, oh, you don't separate your scissors? I don't have fabric scissors and paper scissors. I just have scissors. They work when they work and they don't when they don't. I'll put that over there. Who knows? Okay. I still think this is too wide. So let's take it. I should be able to tear it in this direction. So hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Look. I don't need any more strings off the top. Let's trim this a little bit. Okay. I was thinking we could put a piece of this on here. This can go up under the flap. That I'm okay with. Okay, so I like that on there. So we'll stick that down. Yeah. Excess glue out where it shouldn't be. Do we want to put one on the other side? Maybe in this direction? Tie them together? Yeah, I think we will. Sorry, do you hear the squeaking? That's my table. My knee is rubbing up against the door that's under me. It's making it squeak. Okay, now let's see if we want to do. Ooh, you know what else I brought out here? Birdies. Might put a birdie on here. See if I have a nice. Oh, he's pretty. He's small compared to the. If I want to use him, I feel like I need to put more, stuff like not birds on both sides. That's a definite no. No. I like the bird pictures. I don't know. I don't know if I have any that are the right size for this. Oh, he might be. Oh, let's cut him out. I like him. Okay. This is why I like mass make videos for the make part, and then not to watch. I like watching other people decorate, but getting in and decorating. I know I talk about this all the time. I love doing it. It's just that I can stand here forever and try 1,000 different things on this page before I finally come back and say, yeah, we're going to put this bird on here. It's just, I will do that. But when I'm on camera or when I'm recording, I feel rushed to just, get it done. You got to get something done, which is why I think I like decorating on my own rather than on camera better. I don't know. I guess as I get better at it, I keep saying I'm going to get better at it. And I think over time I've gotten a little better at it. I kind of know stuff that I like together. I kind of know things that I don't like. It's the same thing when I'm out now, when I buy things. I'm like, I don't want that. Or if I'm keeping junk or, whatever, I'm like, no, that's too big and thick and bulky. And, it's a learning process, I feel like. Okay. So there we have him. Now I have some abysmal cutting down here that we might be able to disguise with some ink. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of the white edges, if I just cover them with the brown, they don't look quite as bad. All right. Yeah, I like him on there. All right, so he goes like that. And like that. We're going to put his head in a sun, in a thing, do I want it to go all the way across? No, actually, I don't. I want it to be above his head. Okay. let's put this one down. As you can see, with a big glob of glue at the end of my glue thingy. As you can see, this is from, or if you remember, I had a big children's illustrated animal encyclopedia or something. I mean, I say big, it wasn't like, it broke down the world into regions and gave pictures of animals from that region. I don't know why I did that first. This is going to take some, actually, you know what I'll do? So it doesn't take some finagling. We're going to pick him up and we're going to put the circle behind his head where I want it, like that. Did you hear that? I don't know if you would hear that or not. When I get to editing, that was thunder, if you did hear it. We got storms going on. I always hope when storms like this happen that we don't lose power. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like it. We actually got a, that's a good one. I like that one. Not that I didn't like the other one, I just... I like the way that one turned out. Okay. And on this side, I'm actually gonna, where's my, let's smear some glue out to the end of this beak because it's feeling a little like it doesn't want to stay, and the ends of these leaves and things like that. We're gonna get some glue smushed out that way so that all these little pointy things stay down. Okay, there we go. And then when the flap comes down, I think it does cover part of the circle, but I'm okay with that. So that would be our, flap, like that. I like it. Okay, let's look at the other one. So what can we put on this one? I don't think we're going to do another bird. I mean, I could do a small bird and then something else. I could put him on there, but he can't, I don't know that he'll be the main. I have a bag back here of some that might be kind of fun. What about this guy? There's a mushroom. Ooh, I like him. Okay. I love it when I find things that I really like. Makes me happy. I don't want that on there. I don't know why I'm trying to put something like that on there, but I'm going to try again. Only if I find something smaller. Okay, I also have this mushroom. No, we're going to stick to the one we've got. Now I have all these labels, so let's see if we've got one in here that we can, ooh, maybe one like this. Is under the fabric okay? What about like that? I kind of want you to be able to see the words, but I know that a lot of times we cover them up. I was kind of okay with it like that. I think we'll do that. So let me ink this. We'll slide it into place. I'll put glue on the mushroom and we'll attach the label to the mushroom. And then we'll put the whole thing down. I find sometimes that that's easier than trying to place the label in the right spot and then get the glue on it. Does that make sense? I do want to put some ink on this, especially on these little guys. And then around these top flutes. Whenever I go around a corner or in one of these little divots, I always leave a little bit of white behind somehow. I don't know. So we're going to try and ink the tops of these mushrooms. I like this one. This one's turning out to be one of my more favorite. Okay, so we're going to put it on there like that. So basically what I need to do is glue this down on there like that. Some glue along this corner. And glue that down. And then we're going to, that's still on. We're going to pat it. And I think I'll get the whole thing glued down and then I'll glue these little spindlies. I'm worried about, I don't know what I'm worried about, but I'm worried. I like mushroom stuff. I think it's, I just think they're cool. The different shapes, and I mean, their colors are normally relatively neutral, but every once in a while you see a picture of them. I love the red and white ones, but I mean, every once in a while you see a picture of a mushroom and it's got some really funky colors to it. And I just think that's really cool. Okay, that should be good, right? See if I can get that to go down straight. Yeah, all right. And then these little guys, and this one here. Hopefully. Hopefully. And then we fold this down and we have another pocket done. Where is... you see I've scattered and I've encroached in upon myself. Okay, so that's how that one turned out. Really like that one. All right, we're gonna put that one off to the side. Let's try and do one more. Maybe this guy. And I'm thinking, now that I've got this box out here. Ooh, I like decorating on the black and white. Check that out. That just pops right off of there, doesn't it? Okay, and we can put... Ooh, I got these long pink ones. What if I put one of these long pink ones under here? Like that. I'm liking how this is turning out. All right, let's see if I got a scrap of something I can stick on here. Do I want to put a scrap of fabric on here? All right, let's build our... I don't think it needs to be that big. Let's cut this off right here. Pull for fray. Okay, and then we'll get this. And we'll put this down right here. And then maybe we'll put a little piece of lace with it, like this. Maybe right across like that. we like that? Actually, I kind of do. Okay, so let me take this off of here. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go right across like that. We're just going to stick that much down. And we're going to cut it off right there. And the question is, do I want to then put some down here with the label? Uh-oh, I lost my label. I mean, I got another one in the box, but how did that happen? Oh, no, there it is. So the label's going to go on like that. Okay, so we're going to put, this is going to go to the other side of the fold just a bit. So when you fold it, there'll be one little lace rose over there. And who knows, maybe I'll add some more on that side if I can find some. Okay. I'll put this one here, just like that. And then let's see if there's any. This one's pretty big, so we can go around and hit all the edges and make sure I don't have a lot of white. Being that this one was pretty big, it was easier to cut too. So that's something. Wait, I lost my ink. Guys, it's missing. Nope, I buried it like I do everything. Nothing's ever usually missing. It's just the nice thing about this is I'm putting it on a craft paper background. So any of this brown that I put on here might actually help it look like it's just kind of right up against its background. Okay, and then that's going to go on there like that. Yeah, gorgeous. See what I mean, guys? I'm getting quicker. In videos gone by or in time gone by. Now, granted, I did glue all the pockets together off camera, but as far as decorating is concerned, I actually didn't do too bad, and I had a decent idea about where I was going. This is what I was talking about. I'm just trying to kind of say what I meant about I'm slowly learning what I like. So when I do stuff like this, I'm like, I know I like lace. I know I like texture. I know I like fabric. I know I like layers. So all these things come into play now, and I know what to look for. Okay. Anyway. And then this will fold down like that. Kind of over the lace, which is okay. And when you lift it up, and who knows, I might end up putting some lace on the, look, you fold where you're supposed to, which is where I tell you to. Okay. And then when I lift it up, I mean, I might put some lace on there just because. Okay, and then this folds around, and we don't have anything on this side. What is going on there? Craft paper's tough, guys. Buckles a lot. Okay. Ooh. Huh. Wasn't that fortuitous? Maybe in this case, we'll put this down here. to go with the pattern on the paper. Like that. I like it. Okay. And then we just need to figure out what we want to go on there with it. Maybe one of these, though. Oh, I don't like that the rose goes on the roses. I wish I had some that had the thing on the other side. You can't turn them upside down because the flowers are upside down. So, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not what I'm looking for. I really do like that label, but it doesn't go again. Okay, and then we have this. This is all my green ephemera. I wonder if there's something in here that I could add. Not that. Big old green flower. We said no flowers. I've got bows. I could put a bow on it. I don't like that. Alright, so all this stuff goes away. Alright guys, I don't know what I'm going to use as a focal point for this one. I don't want to keep you too much longer, so I might just leave that for now. And then we got this side done. And I can go ahead and fold this flap though. And we got a couple of pockets. We got them done and we got them decorated. So we did these two completely decorated on both sides. I like the way they turned out. And then we got this one fully decorated on this side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this side. I'll have to wait and see. And then I still have these two to do. So I have a couple of bases that I can mess with. So I hope you guys liked this project. One of these will be going in my pocketbook. So this is for our pocket idea book. And we are up to pocket number 8. Now I have had a thought that maybe when I start making like tag ideas and things like that, we'll come back and try and fit them into whatever pocket in the book, and it'll end up being pockets and tags. But anyway, all right, so that's it for this one, and I'll see you guys with the next pocket idea. Bye-bye.